Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
I got some warm temperatures out there, plenty of sunshine around, and that's helping to boost our temperatures. 88 degrees the current air temperature, lots of sun, but a few fair weather clouds as well. 75-degree dew point, making it feel even steamier than the actual air temperature. So we'll look for a feels like this afternoon after the thermometer hits about 90 or so, of about 100 degrees feels like temperature. If you were out yesterday in the middle of the afternoon, you know how unbearably hot it was. And I've lived in Florida a lot of years, and it was a pretty hot day yesterday, even though the actual thermometer only read 91. Southwest wind coming in at about 6. That southwest wind helping to take showers and kind of push them along the coastline during the first half of the day and then push them inland during the second half of the day. Already got some 90-degree temperatures on the boards here. Arcadia, Lakewood Ranch. Almost there is Parrish, Myakka, Wauchula. 88 in Bradenton, Sarasota, the same. Venice at 88. Got 82 degrees in Inglewood. They had a little bit of a shower down there. Also in Northport, some pretty good thunderstorm activity. Kind of closing in on Arcadia. Arcadia, you'll see your temperature fall in about the next half hour or so. You can already see some of the lightning pops beginning to develop in inland areas east of the interstate. Still a few showers out in the Gulf, and I give it a 30% chance near the coast for some of those showers to make it onshore right along the immediate coastline. But really the focus is beginning to shift into inland areas. We'll watch these showers and thunderstorms kind of closing in Arcadia, and some of them producing some pretty good rainfall. But the general trend will be for the motion of these storms to move inland at a rate of speed that won't allow for a lot of rainfall accumulation. We have a big ridge of high pressure sitting out in the Gulf. That's helping to bring our winds out of the west today, and it takes the showers and thunderstorms that forms along the coast and kind of encourages them to move to the other coast. By the way, Gert we'll talk about in a second, not really an issue for us. Lots of sunshine around, mostly inland storms, and a hot afternoon. Those are the weather highlights that are probably going to be good for you tomorrow as well. You'll notice aloft the air is a little drier, not at the surface where the dew point's in the mid-70s, but aloft, this tan colorization here is an indication of some slightly drier air. That'll reduce the number of storms that we see today. Most of those storms will be over on the other coast, as I mentioned. That's where the kind of convergence of winds will be. And then tomorrow morning, I think maybe we'll see a few more showers along our coast as our RPM rainfall futurecast indicates. That's typically the name of the game with a westerly wind. You know, we kind of flip-flop this summer between that westerly wind and that easterly wind. And we've had this westerly wind for many, many days. So, taking a look at the tropics, things are heating up. And I'll tell you what, we have Gert here, newly formed tropical storm. That occurred over the weekend. And then we have another tropical wave coming off the coast of Africa that bears watching. Computer models suggest there'll be some development there. Gert, however, a tropical storm with 60-mile-an-hour winds, almost a hurricane now, poses no threat to the state of Florida. It continues on a track that by tomorrow should start to take it back out to sea. It becomes an impressive Category 1 hurricane with 80-mile-an-hour winds, if that forecast holds true, but rapidly starts to accelerate out in the cold hurricane graveyard waters of the Labrador Currents to the north, and really is so far away from land that it'll be of little impact to anyone. Maybe some stronger surf from about New York northward up through areas of Nova Scotia. But otherwise, that's pretty quiet. The other tropical wave does bear watching, and we'll talk about that in the next half hour. But your first alert weather forecast calls for about a 30% chance to 40% chance over the next several days of showers, first along the coast, then moving inland. Scott?